My most famous case involved trucking, as I mentioned earlier.
Huh, could you tell us more about how that went down?
Sure. I picked up a load in Denver late on Friday night. The bartender who sold me the pills over at the company that set me up with the shipment agreed to pay my expenses if I made it to San Francisco for a Comdeck show by 3 p.m. Saturday.
Well, this sounds vaguely familiar.
At first, I wasn't privy to the identifies of the cargo.
How did you impostor the trucker?
I popped lots of benzodrine pills.
I can't condone that sort of thing.
They set me up in a Dodge L100 tilt cab. They added an extra 440 full-barrel and an A833 4-speed pistol grip transmission.
Did that addition help pull whatever you were pulling?
I was pulling the big boy.
53 feet, I presume.
No, literally, the big boy.
I'm not going to go for that.
Okay, I had a 53-foot pull-along container.
Something isn't quite right here.
I'm an imposter, damn it.
What happened on your presumably speed-filled journey to San Francisco?
Okay, I'm booking 90 in the desert, and this biker pulls up alongside my cab. He asks if I am getting union wages.
Of course.
I tell him not just yet. I see him a couple of pills later, and he asks me again if I'm getting union wages. By that time, I called the Teamster and found out the right rates. I told the company who hired me I needed to be paid union wages. Nothing was set in stone at that point, but I was pretty sure this was going down for the union wages.
What about the biker? I thought he appeared a second time alongside your cab.
That's what I'm telling you. I told him to tell the union I'd drive faster if they paid my union wages. Of course, the union communicated with the company who hired me, and from that point onward, I was paid union wages. The biker made it happen.
Slow down, man. Were you even a union member?
No, an imposter.
Were the union dues higher than what you originally agreed to be paid?
Yeah. But they took union dues and money for a vacation fund, which was stupid, because I was only going to be driving another 8 hours. But I didn't know that at the time.
Well, if you weren't a union member, why were union dues and vacation fund contributions deducted?
Man, I was all caught up in an imposter's union.
Shucks. Did you ever make it to San Francisco?
All sorts of strange stuff happened in the desert. Some crazy cult figure said they weren't into snakes anymore, so he was going to trade snakes for my coffee.
I feel like this is plagiarism.
It is. But there's modifications going on. I mean, besides, I am an imposter.
Well, did your truck have a name? Did you shoot an iguana in the desert?
No, man, wrong stories.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this imposter story is very interesting.
Okay, man, I vanished. I totally vanished before I got to Frisco. So everybody has their point of no return. And when I figured out what I was hauling, I didn't need to imposter Truck Turner anymore.
Truck Turner was a black bail bondsman?
Maybe in a movie. Not back on the ranch.
Ranch?
Man, don't you know anything? Truck Turner is Rhemus Helms' driver of 18-wheelers.
Did this really happen? The whole trucking incident where you pledged to get from Denver to San Francisco by 3 p.m. on Sunday and you vanished?
Hell yeah. And when the goons opened the back of my container in the Cali desert and I saw all those things, I ran away. I vanished.
Were these certain things property of the Rhemus Helms Corporation?
That would be affirmative.
You were hired to heist 30,000 pounds of the product that got infringed?
Hey, man, I didn't want to touch none of those things, but I am pretty sure they were made of rubber or some plastic, silicone. Yeah, I've touched silicone before. I think they were silicone.
I only see the relevance in your previous touch of silicone if you touched those things in the truck, which you said you didn't.
Are we going to fight over what the crap's made out of?
Oh, maybe silicone? We could call Rhemus Helms and ask.
Please don't tell him about this.
The man listens to every episode and he sponsors his show.
Oops.
As a concrete man, I calculate a lot of volumes. I do believe a 50-foot trailer can hold 3,800 cubic feet of volume. But in the case of the Rhemus Helms things being 14 inches long and fairly wide, a width I'd rather not know, surely there could be 120,000 of them in there. Probably had a street value of $2.4 million.
The goons said they were special editions. The container had a wholesale value of $5 million.
Why are they being brought to Condex? That's a computer convention.
That's easy. This was during the tech boom. See, they figured the techies would buy them at inflated prices and try to sell them on eBay a couple of years later.
Unfortunately, I'm privy to a lot of Rhemus Helms information with him sponsoring the show and all. I understand those 1999 end of the century limited editions fetch the upwards of $500 per unit these days on the collector's market.
Mr. Gerber, this is an unseemly question. I don't even know if I should ask it. But is a used model worth more than one in a box?
How in the world would I know? Why would I want to know?
I'm just thinking, if I diverted the load to my uncle's warehouse, I could be sitting on $60 million by now.
The sale at Canoga Park Dodge. Canoga Park Dodge, where you can get deals on all new Dodge Challenger models on the last day of Hanukkah. Christmas jingle sale. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT, powered by a 444 barrel and a 833 4-speed pistol grip transmission, on sale now in white. It will make your wallet vanish at $500,000. This pony has horses, completely new from the wide stance up and the scoop drops to hint. Things get a mild stormier with the optional 440 Magnum V8 available in orange for $449,999. The 1970 Dodge Challenger, kinda cute till you let the horses out. Dodge Scat Pack, the cars with the bumblebee stripes. All 1970 Dodge models found inside a tomb during the excavation for NoHo West on Laurel Canyon. Limited supply for a limited time only.